last Thursday, I get up at 7. It is the last day I'm going to be in the house that I'm renting, the duplex that I'm renting because I'm displaced because of the fucking fire. I got to move out. I got to move out that day, but I also have to come here and do a podcast. But then when I'm done with the podcast, I got to jump in the car and drive to Vegas, and there's a 6 o'clock show and an 8 o'clock show. So now, get up at 7, move to about 11, come here and do a podcast.
Cutting it close.
Cutting it close. Got dropped off in the parking lot of Kimmel's Club in my shorts with my bag. Not at the hotel. No hotel. Check-in time. Did the 2 shows and got back to the hotel about midnight. By the way, no dinner, no lunch, no nothing. No. Just work. But all right. That's actually, if one actually is working and busy, that's what that actually feels like. Not, yes. I came here hypothetically on a weekend and did something that no one ever saw. Okay, that's really what that schedule is. But on the road, I'm going out there, and I got Crystal. And Crystal's going to open. My girlfriend's going to open. So, or middle. I don't know. We got Chuck. Chuck over here is going to MC. Chuck says, I want to MC. Crystal says, I'm going to middle or feature, whatever. But there's a guy who's already there named Gonzo. Good guy. But he's already there. And he was already booked to be the headliner, which was he was going to do 45 minutes. Just wrap your head around this.
From the Muppet Show?
Different stand-up. Good dude, but here's where I'm at.
Okay.
Tell me what you would do.
So you're booked a headline, and so is he.
He was booked a headline, and then they conjiggered some stuff around. They just go, Adam, you get the whole weekend. You get 2 shows Thursday, 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. But Gonzo, the guy was going to do it. He's just going to middle.
Okay.
But I got Crystal.
And Chuck.
And I got Chuck.
Okay.
So I'm driving there. My day started at 7 a.m. It's going to end in Nevada at about midnight.
Yeah.
And I'm looking down the barrel of doing my usual hour and 10 minutes. But then Crystal says, Chuck will do 10. I'll do 15. Gonzo do 20. You do 45.
Too much.
I go, 45? Never done 45. 45 times 2. Well, 45 times 2 is an hour and a half. Yeah. And I usually do about an hour and 2 or 3, 5 minutes or whatever. I'm going to cut a half hour off of this stand-up tonight. So then I go, okay, good. Fine, 45, because I'm fucking tired. I'm driving us to Vegas. I can do stand-up standing on my head, but still, it's 2 shows, and I started at 7 in the morning.
Right.
So we're driving there, and we start pulling up, getting close to the strip. We're calling the guy. By the way, I don't know if you guys women like to lie to people they're talking to on the phone, like they're talking to their friend, like we're talking to the club manager. The show starts at 6. My nav says we're pulling up at about 5:50, 5:55. We're about 45 minutes out. The club guy's on the phone. And my girlfriend's going, yeah, we're just pulling up about now. We're just coming up. We're coming down the street. And I'm like, I'm sorry. We're not. That's not what's happening. I know this is what we do when you're going to brunch, but this is different.
Yeah.
I go, we are running late. We are cutting it close, but we're going to pull up about 5 minutes. I got about 5 minutes before 6. I got Chuck in the car with me. He's going to, and my girlfriend's giving me the look. And I'm like, I'm all for lying. But in this particular case,
she's a shadow reality lady.
That man must know what's going on, because if he thinks we're supposed to be there half hour ago and we're not, he's going to call and go, what the fuck's going on? What happened? I want to be super accurate with this guy. Not, I'm meeting my friends at lunch accurate.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Well, no, it's a thing people do.
No, I'm totally
Women do
with
it
you on this.
all the time.
Yeah, that's not the time.
I didn't want to out her on the phone with the guy, but I had to go, we're pulling up at 5:55. We'll drop off.
Be there.
We'll run. I got Chuck with me.
I'm going to do stand-up in shorts.
Right. So
you did stand-up in shorts.
So we go pulling up. No, I grabbed my bag.
Right.
I'm going on. Well, I'm married to my 45 minutes now. I'm falling in love with my 45 minute set. I'm going to cruise at 45. But as we get close, Crystal's a woman. She's not dressed. She's not even close. We got to check into the hotel. Everything else, she goes, I'm gassed. I'm just going to go to the hotel. I'll check us all in. You guys, fine. We have Chuck, MC.
Gonzo.
We got Gonzo, middle, feature, whatever.
All
we
right.
got me. Okay, fine. Go to the hotel. Check us in. But now I'm worried about my 45 because I was dreaming about my 45.
Yeah.
And that's going out. That's going up in smoke. So then I come out. I got my suitcase. We're getting changed 3 minutes before the show starts. Then I say to Gonzo, and this is where I want to know where you're at. I go, hey, if you want to do more than 20, be my guest, because I'm gassed. I left L.A., I got up at 7. He goes, yeah, I'll keep it at, I won't go past 20. I go,
no, you're not hearing
no,
me.
yeah, but if you want, because you're supposed to headline, but you're not headlining anymore.
20 is his 45.
I guess. So I go, no, just go ahead, take as much time as you want, because I got to change. We've been on the road. I've had a long day. We got 2 shows, so this guy's a 35-year veteran. So
Yeah.
I go, just if you want to go, just run on, just run it a little bit. I'll be fine. I got to change stuff. He goes, yeah, I'll keep it about 20. I go, okay. Now it's always, I have parts in conversations where I go, I think to myself, should I just go, hey, I'm fucking tired. You're supposed to headline. Just fucking do 30 minutes.
You should have, yes.
I didn't. I just went, okay, but
This
if you want
happens to you all the time.
if you want to go long, just go long. He goes, no, all right. Gets up there, does 18 minutes and 15 seconds. Comes off the stage.
Gonzo's my new favorite person.
I know. I go, okay. Second show comes along. I go, same conversation. I go, look, I'm pretty gassed out. I've been going since 7 this morning. It's 8:30. If you want to go, just take up some extra time. Go a little long. No problem. Not going to offend me if you go a little long. He goes, I got my act. It's tight. I do 17 and a half, but with laughs, it can get up to 20. So I'm like, okay, now we're under 20. I'm shooting for over 20. I go, well, just do longer if you want. And he's like, yeah, okay, now I got my act. This gets up there just 18 minutes and 20. And I'm like, how are we ending up at shorter than 20 when I'm...
Because you took away his weekend. It was a spiteful act.
No, he's a
Or
nice
the other
guy.
solution is you have Chuck go up in between and do another 10 minutes.
At this
Chuck
point,
stinks.
I've waved.
That's the problem, is Chuck stinks.
I waved. Oh, wait till you hear his roast battle joke. I waved.
I think I could demolish Chuck in a roast battle.
I waved goodbye.
Chuck looks like if Haley Joel Osment raced motorcycles.
I waved goodbye to my 45 minutes. I was done.
You didn't do 40, but you could do 40.
No, I did a fucking hour.
It's 45 to 60 is what all the contracts say.
I know. My thing is I want to fill up an hour and a half all in. And the way I had it.
Too long.
I had 10, 15, 20, 45, and then I do 45, hour and a half, done, next show. But Crystal had to check into the hotel, and Gonzo wasn't going past 18:07.
Here's what I do when I go to the green room and I'm with the other comedians and the sound guy comes in and goes, what are we doing for time? I say, I'm doing 50. I don't care what the fuck happens before that.
50.
I do 50. Mm-hmm. And when I went from 60 to 50, I felt like I was semi-retired. You have that 10-minute less was amazing.
Oh, the following night, Crystal did the shows. I did 50. I went from like an hour and 5, hour and 10, hour and 7 to like 49 or 50.
Yeah.
That felt like I hadn't done anything.
I love it. The light comes. You go. Do you get this on stage? I get like when I'm doing a full hour or whatever set, I spend 20 minutes going, Jesus Christ, how am I going to fill this hour? Mm-hmm. And then I look up and the clock says like 40 and I go, oh shit, I better get going. Like every night, it's like, oh my God, this is so long. And then I used to have fun. And then I look up at the clock and I'm like, oh, I have 2 whole fucking rounds of ammunition I haven't even unclipped yet.
Oh, yeah. No, my thing is I sit backstage and whoever's on is on before me. And I feel like they've been up there for an hour. And I'll say to the MC or whatever, I'll go, how long's so-and-so been up there? And they go, 9 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I go, fuck, I got to do an hour? Fuck.
It's crazy.
And then, yeah.
It's like being on a treadmill.
Yeah. Chuck, I didn't want to bring Chuck into this, but Chuck did tell me about his greatest roast battle joke ever.
No, that wasn't the best one I had. That was the one we were talking about, so I brought up a joke from that battle.
On the ride home.
Did your mom drink a lot of Mountain Dew when she was pregnant with you?
Chuck
I've never been in a roast battle.
I've never been in a roast battle.
I think I would do
either.
well.
I think you're about to be in one, but I've never been in one. But Chuck announced, he goes, the best one that's ever been said to me, about me. About me.
About Adam or about Chuck?
About Chuck.
All right.
And then he repeated it. And then I said, I don't get it. And it doesn't really make any sense.
Let me hear it, Chuck. What is it?
Chuck, you have to say it the way you said it to me first time around.
It was the way I said it. Chuck grew up in a doggy daycare around 30 dogs. They didn't like him. They just thought he was king of the dogs.
So I said, well,
God help
not
us.
only does that not really make sense, but I can't see it would be into your top roast joke for you.
Was that on Kill Tony? That sounds about right.
It's on Roast Battle.
So then I said, well, I don't know. That doesn't really make sense.
They didn't like him. They just thought he was king of the dogs. So they're just saying, take your hat off for a sec. It's because you have a mane. Yeah, all right. Nice head of hair on him.
But then Chuck.
That joke stinks.
I said, Chuck, that's your best one that's ever been told.
Was the crowd like,
remember?
whoa?
Then he said it got a huge pop. And then I said, well, how did that joke get a huge pop? Because it didn't really make sense to me. And then he found it on his phone, and it was told differently. That's you essentially roasted yourself in the roasting battle of yourself. But the way it was said was marginally better.
I hate when I watch a roast battle and they're reading the roasts off of their phones to each other.
Oh, can you do that, Chuck? Can you read off your phone?
That's what they do now, right? The kids.
Yeah, I mean, I try not to because you lose people.
Yeah, I agree.
How would you roast me, Chuck? I'm perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect.
You are. You're a beautiful man, Jay.
You're a gorgeous guy. Look at those thick Andy Pettit lips.
All right.
I'm a big Yankees fan, so that means a lot.
Yeah, look at him. Look at this guy. Look at this.
That's the tunnel
pinch
the towers guy.
Chuck pinches his own titties when he jerks off.
Well, just with one hand.
Yeah, look at those.
All right. Let me say thanks, Chuck.